Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage USGLC Co-Chair Candi Wolff.
Well, thank you all. That was just an incredible presentation. So I'm Candi Wolff, and I am the proud co-chair of USGLC's Board of Directors and the Global Head of Government Affairs for Citigroup. I'm thrilled to be here tonight and have the pleasure of introducing our next special guest, who is here to help us pay tribute to America's business leaders. Senator Chris Coons is a senior senator from Delaware and one of the most consequential and dedicated champions in Congress, working to bolster America's diplomacy and international assistance resources. He's widely regarded as a preeminent expert on U.S. foreign policy and as one of the most effective bridge builders in Washington, a reputation that has allowed him to advance game-changing legislation to strengthen and modernize America's international assistance tools. The Senator's passion for foreign policy and his commitment to American small businesses are a natural fit, given his focus on America's economic security and strengthening U.S. competitiveness at home and abroad. As a senior member of the Appropriations Committee, including as ranking member of the Subcommittee on Defense, as well as the Foreign Relations, Small Business, Judiciary, and Ethics Committee. I think he's certainly rather busy given the number of commitments. These assignments, as well as his commitment to bipartisanship, has made him an especially effective policymaker on Capitol Hill. This effectiveness drives his work for his home state of Delaware, where he is committed to empowering small businesses in the state and across the country to drive the U.S. economy, helping them grow, innovate, and compete globally. Senator, it's great to see you again in many different forums. I got to spend some time a year or so ago in Delaware, and it's fitting to have you here tonight, as USGLC has had the pleasure of honoring you at our 20th anniversary tribute back in 2015. We're grateful to have you here now as we honor the small business leaders at the heart of America's economic strength. So please join me in welcoming to the stage Senator Chris Coons.
Thank you so much, Candi, and thank you, Liz. Thank you for your leadership, for your strength, your skill, and your vision. 30 years. 30 years of partnership, 30 years of bringing together the very best of America and helping us hear and see and work with each other across changes at home and abroad. I've hosted a USGLC facilitated conference in Delaware many times to help the business community in Delaware, the folks who have come to join us from other parts of the world, from our military and our national security community, from our development and faith communities. And it is one of the most consequential things I've done in 25 years as an elected official, to have the USGLC validate to the people of my home state that what we're doing together through partnership, working across the aisle, delivers real results for our nation, for our security, for our prosperity, for our future. So why don't you give these two great leaders of the USGLC and yourselves another round of applause and thanks. My father was a small businessman, an entrepreneur who launched a manufacturing company in East Baltimore. My stepfather was a small businessman, an entrepreneur who started a business in his basement. So the impact of those two businesses on my childhood, my view of the world, and my service in the Senate has been lifelong. I spent a decade in county government, where a huge amount of what I did was to help small businesses get permits, get open, get functioning, to give them a fair and predictable regulatory environment, to help them get through the thicket of government and on to the positive byways of job production and sales at home and abroad. Once I came here to the Senate, I was honored to join the Small Business Committee in my first Congress, and now to be an appropriator for the Small Business Administration. We owe America's small businesses an environment where government is not the adversary, but a partner and a supporter, where we recognize the vast majority of our small businesses are going to grow other jobs and other opportunities, and that export in partnership with government is one of their greatest opportunities to grow. I just introduced today, actually, with my dear friend Senator Todd Young, also an active participant in USGLC events, the Digital Trade Promotion Act, which is designed to help level the playing field, to compete with transparency, with privacy protections, with fairness, so that digital trade can be one of the opportunities for small business for the 21st century. I could go, well, that's worth a round of applause. Why not? Thank you. I think we've got Aqua Science from Delaware represented among the small businesses here today. A remarkable, cutting-edge, fascinating technology that allows bioluminescent bacteria to test toxicity in water, regardless of what the toxin is. I encourage you to look it up. It's a small but rapidly growing business that has a fascinating technology solution that is scalable at home and abroad. Forgive me for referencing one, Liz. I'm sure I should have referenced 5 more, but I had to mention one from Delaware. Let me conclude by simply saying this, that small business is the engine that drives America. Small business is the engine that takes risks, that develops new technologies, that delivers solutions for our nation and our future. And it's my honor on behalf of the USGLC to honor America's small business leaders for the contribution you make to making America more prosperous at home and stronger abroad. So will the small business leaders who are with us tonight please stand so we can thank you and recognize you with a thunderous round of applause from 30 years of USGLC.